So something's happening right now, but I don't know what, man. We'll find out. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. So I may or may not have just did something. We'll talk about it more here in a minute. So yeah, I guess that's it right there. All right, everybody, it's been a few days since the last clip, and the reason for that is because I have still been trying to figure out exactly what just happened, bro. Like, I still cannot believe what happened is what happened, basically. And I know a lot of you guys are probably very confused on what exactly is going on. Where's the Genesis right now? So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this story. So I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible since there's no car or anything to look at, and you guys are basically just gonna be staring at nothing. And yeah, basically we're just gonna try and make this story quick. But as you guys know, last week I took my, well, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, I took my Genesis Coupe to CarMax just to see what they would offer, and they offered me $9,000 for it, which, as I said, that was not a terrible offer, but where the car was fully built and modded, it was not a good offer. So basically, if you had a stock Genesis Coupe with about 70k miles, a 2013 3.8 track, $9,000 would not be a bad offer for the stock car. However, as probably most, if not all of you guys know, the car was not stock. It was full bolt-on and tune, well, basically full bolt-on and tune, so $9,000 was not a good offer for that car. So I ended up taking the car, well, actually, first off, I put the car on Facebook Marketplace. Then after that, a dealer hit me up in Georgetown, and they asked me to take the car up there to them for them to check out. And I was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I've got some interested buyers, and I don't really want to drive that far just to be told a crappy offer and then turn around and have wasted my time. But he talked me into going up there. So last week, I headed on up to the dealer, and let me just tell you this real quick. So you guys remember that noise my car was making, that slight clicking sound that went away like basically after 2 times and I never heard again? Well, when I got to the dealer, my car made the worst sound it has ever made, man. Like, I'm talking, it sounded like it was about to explode, dude. Like, I thought it was done for. My heart dropped, and I was so destroyed right there, man. So I have the dude hop in the car, and he revs it up, and I'm looking around down there, and I don't see anything. Then he turns off the car, and I see a piece of a belt. So that noise was coming from exactly what all of you guys said the noise was, a belt that needed to be replaced. And basically, if I had let it go any longer and I'd continued to drive, okay, so first off, I did not hear that noise before I went to the dealer. If I had heard a noise like that, trust me, I'm not taking my car to try and sell it, man. Like, something's wrong with the car and it needs to get fixed. So yeah, I show up, the car's making a terrible sound. He revs it up and I just hear the worst sound ever. He turns off the car. I start looking around down there, find a piece of a belt. Come to find out, it's the belt. So the car can't really be driven anymore, man. Like, it's kind of stuck up there at that dealer with a broken belt, and it's gonna be something that they can't just instantly fix. Well, at least that's what they told me anyway. So it came down to it that I really kind of had to sell my car to the dealer. Now, for the big question, what did I get for my car? I'm sure all of you guys are wondering that. Well, Kelly Blue Book for my car was $12,500, and that was the lowest I was willing to take for my 2013 Genesis Coupe 3.8 track. Well, they would have gave me $12,500, but where that just happened right in front of them, and apparently they said it was going to be like a few $100 fix, so they were going to knock that off their offer. Well, they gave me $12,000 even for my Genesis Coupe. And in my opinion, I don't think that's a bad offer at all. I was more than happy to take that offer. I was just looking for over 12 out of the car, really. And I know that maybe I could have got more, but dude, like, I had my time and my fun with that car. I've owned it since 2017, and I bought it for $17,500 and I sold it for $12,000. Like, it cost me like $1,200 a year to own the car, basically. Obviously, that's not counting mods and all that stuff, but basically what I'm saying is the car only depreciated about $1,200 a year, which in my opinion is not that bad, honestly. So I think I got my money's worth out of my Genesis Coupe, and it was an awesome car, man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is a awesome entry-level sports car, and if you guys are looking for a sports car to get your toes wet, that is the car that I would choose. So yeah, man, I sold my Genesis Coupe to Georgetown Auto Sales. I still can't believe that this happened, but all good things must come to an end, and I'm sure all of you guys already know by the title and the thumbnail what the Genesis is getting replaced with. The deal has not fully come through yet, but we're trying to get everything worked out, and I mean, we'll just leave it there and we'll finish the Genesis for now. But basically, yeah, I sold my Genesis. I didn't necessarily plan on selling it, but I didn't really have an option, but like, I'm not regretting it, man. Like, the only thing I'm regretting is that my wheels were still on the car, because my wheels, I found out that they would fit on the new car I'm getting, so that kind of is a bummer, but it's, you live and you learn, man. I screwed up, but all that means is I got to get some new cooler wheels for the next car. So yeah, man, she's gone. It sucks, but it's time to move move on. It really is time to move on, dude. It's time to step up to the next level of car, and I cannot wait to get this next car. As long as everything works out, which you guys will know here in the next probably 5-10 minutes max in this video, if everything worked out, and you probably know by the title and the thumbnail if everything worked. But anyway, I'm saying too much now. I'm just blabbering on. Basically, the Genesis is gone. If you guys want to get a hold of it, if it's still for sale when you see this video, I'll leave everything linked down in the description below, who you need to hit up and whatnot. But I am going to say this. One of you guys told me that the car was listed for $20,000 at that dealership. If you guys are interested in buying that Genesis Coupe, do not buy it for 20 grand. That car is not worth 20 grand. Maybe a 2016 3.8 Ultimate with under 30k miles is worth 20 grand, but a 2013 full bolt-on and tuned with 70,000 miles is not worth 20k. I would say maybe 15 max. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't even know if that's what it's actually listed for. I don't want to check because it might kind of hurt me to see, but I know I got a good deal on it, honestly, and I know I got a good deal out of it. But yeah, if you guys are interested in the car, I'll leave stuff linked down below. Please don't get ripped off by the dealer. I don't know if they're necessarily trying to rip people off. I don't think so. I'd hope not. They seem pretty cool, but just don't let yourself get ripped off. But now with that being said, the time has finally come to check out the new car. Well, that is if everything goes as planned. So basically right now, I'm gonna go head over to the dealer, test drive the car, check everything out, and as long as everything seems like as good as it looks, basically, then we got a new car on the channel to start a new build on. So I'm gonna go ahead and head to the dealer. Hopefully everything's gonna be good, and hopefully I'll be basically standing right here in a few minutes with a new car. All right, everybody, so it's been like 4 days since the last clip you saw. I've gotten the new car, but pretty much I've just not recorded anything because I've just been trying to figure out if this is real or not, man. I still cannot believe this. And yeah, without further ado, here's the new car. So yeah, man, here it is, the 2020 Toyota Supra. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this coming, and I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't see this coming. I still don't even know what to say, man. I absolutely love this thing so far. I've driven it a few times here and there throughout the past few days. I've been wanting to save as much of it for camera as possible, but man, I absolutely love this car, and I cannot wait to start to build on this thing. I'm gonna make this Supra right here unlike any other Supra on YouTube. Like, I just cannot wait to get into this build, and I'll go ahead and tell you guys this: it's too quiet. May or may not already have a solution for that on the way, but that's for something later. But yeah, man, the 2020 Toyota Supra, it's the 3.0 premium, and man, I absolutely love this thing. So real quick, before we hop into a cold start and a drive, I just had to say this one more time. Just seriously, thank you guys so much. Like, this would not be possible without you guys, and because of you guys, this is possible. And I don't even know what to say besides thank you from the bottom of my heart times a million, man. Like, this is literally my dream car. From the moment I laid eyes on this car, I wanted one, and 2.5 3 years later, like, I don't even know, man. Just thank you guys so much. I cannot wait to start this build and start sharing videos with this car with you guys, because trust me, this build is going to be like no other you've seen on YouTube. Like, dude, I don't even know, man. Just thank you guys so much, and thank you for believing in me and watching my videos and liking and just sticking around, and I cannot wait to start sharing this content with you guys. It is going to be a game changer. Once again, thank you guys so much, and now let's hop into a cold start and some driving and whatnot. Definitely a lot lower sitting down into than the Genesis was. All right, we might be able to start it in sport mode, actually. Like, I don't exactly know how everything works yet, but I think if we turn on the power and then press the sport button, it's in sport mode. So let's take a listen. It didn't sound any different than it does in regular mode. It sounds kind of like a vacuum cleaner, as Stradman would say, if you want me to be honest with you. Definitely makes backing up a whole lot easier. And I just wanted to say, a lot of you guys did not think the Supra would be capable of off-roading, basically, but I'm happy to say it handles the off-roading even better than the Genesis did, man. Like, no lie, it is even way smoother than the Genesis was. One thing I have noticed about these tires, though, compared to the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s I had on the Genesis, is these tires are a whole lot stickier, man. Like, so much gravel sticks to these tires, and these tires just throw so much gravel around, unlike my old car did. It's crazy, man. But they are Michelin Pilot Sport Cups, or Michelin Pilot Super Sports, I believe. They're not the Sport Cups, but they're some pretty nice tires, and yeah, I can definitely notice a difference in them. And we finally made it down the driveway. Now the fun begins, but actually first we gotta roll this window up. I don't know if you guys have ever heard anything about the wind buffeting in these cars, but man, if you have your windows more than halfway down and you're driving over 30 miles an hour, your ears are getting punched basically, man. It's ridiculous. All right, the car should be nice and warmed up now. Let's go ahead and get turned around here. Then we'll throw it in sport mode. See if you guys can hear the difference when I put it in sport mode. In person you can, but I don't know if the GoPro will pick it up. Just a little bit deeper instantly. And then we'll go ahead and turn on the sport displays. And yeah, so let's pull out of here and full send it now. Oh man. Oh, no traction. Good God, man, this thing is so much faster, bro. Like, it is literally a night and day difference. Like, this thing, on paper, you would think that the Genesis is not much slower than this car, but the second you get behind the wheel and put your foot down, you realize that it is a whole different ball game, man. Like, the Genesis was a quick car. Don't get me wrong, I can't even talk right now, but this is a pretty fast car. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, it blows my mind, dude. It is so fun to drive. We'll go ahead and do a 50-ish roll about right here, get over this bump in the road and floor it. Oh yeah, man. Good God, it just keeps pulling, and when it shifts, that cracking sound it makes when it shifts sounds so sick, man. I love this car, bro. I don't even know, man. This is crazy. And also, I don't know if you guys can hear the turbo noise, but dude, that whistling sounds so sick. Like, can you guys hear that whistling, man? Oh my goodness, it sounds so cool. All right, we're coming up on another good spot right here where the road should open on up. Oh, there's a stick, please don't grab. Oh yeah, okay, send it. Bro, like, I don't even know, man. This thing is so quick, bro. Like, oh my God. I cannot wait to take this to the drag strip and see what it'll do stock. But now let's go find ourselves a nice place to pull off and talk about what you guys really want to hear about, and that's how much this car costs, how many miles are on it, and what package it is, and everything like that. You guys might already be able to tell how many miles are on it, but yeah, let's find a nice spot and go ahead and roll into that. All right, this spot right here ought to do. Man, the downshift, or not even the downshift, just the pops and crackles that this car has when you let off with the downshift, and just when you let off when it's in sport mode, dude. Oh my God, it just puts a smile on my face. So yeah, man, here it is, the 2020 Toyota Supra Premium. I still cannot believe that this is reality. Like, it does not feel real, man. I cannot believe that this is the new car. I absolutely love it, and I know so many people are like, oh, it's a BMW, yada yada yada, and it's like, man, yeah, it might be a BMW on the interior mainly and under the hood a little bit, but dude, like, it's by far the nicest car I've ever owned, the fastest car I've ever owned. And I mean, yeah, if you think it's a BMW, I guess that's to each their own, but whatever, man. It's a BMW, it's a Toyota, it's a mixture of both. It is the new Supra regardless. It's got the Supra badges on it, and regardless of what you want to call it, I absolutely love this car. I absolutely love how this car looks, and man, every time I get behind the wheel, it just puts a massive smile on my face. So now the moment probably all of you guys have been waiting for, and that is how much did I pay for this car and how many miles and everything does it have on it. So this is the 2020 Toyota Supra 3.0 Premium in the red color. I forget the exact red, and I'm probably going to get butchered in the comments for not knowing the exact paint code, but yeah, it's a cool red from Toyota. Basically, it's a 3.0 Premium, like I said, and it was about $51,000 after taxes, and that, in my opinion, is not that bad of a price for this car, man. Like, I've looked everywhere, and I've been looking and looking and looking for the past weeks, months, and just basically since these cars came out, I've had my eye on these cars, and this one right here was the best deal that I could find anywhere within 500 miles. And I mean, I'm sure there's a few of them that are for sale for a little bit cheaper here and there. Like, I actually found one for sale for 38 grand, a 2020 3.0 Premium, but it had a rebuilt title, and I didn't want to mess with that or anything. The owner said that it was a perfect car, but I mean, I just didn't want to have to deal with a rebuilt title or anything like that. But yeah, man, before taxes, it was like 47 even, basically. And like I said, dude, I have not been able to find one for a better price. Like, this is the best price Supra that I could find anywhere. And the second I laid eyes on this thing, I was like, dude, we got to make this happen. So as most of you guys, if not all of you guys, probably know from the title and the thumbnail, I got this car from CarMax. It actually did not come from here. I had them pull it from West Virginia. It cost like $149, but I mean, dude, $149 for them to pull it from out of state and where you don't have to pay registration fees and all that other crap, like that makes a big difference. Like if I were to try to buy this car out of state and then bring it back, like I don't know, man, it would have been more than I was looking to spend, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I will say that if any of you guys are looking for a new car, check CarMax, because they can pretty much pull a car from anywhere in the US for you. And this is not sponsored by CarMax, I promise you that. Now, there is one problem I have with this car, and that is right up here. It had a front plate on it, which really sucked because there's 3 holes drilled into the front bumper. And I got a quote on how much it would be to fill these 3 holes. And just take a guess before I say how much it is. 3, 2, 1. They quoted me $900 at the Toyota dealership to fill these 3 tiny holes, man. Like, that is the biggest ripoff I've ever heard. I could literally buy a new bumper for cheaper than that. It's not something I'm super worried about, but my old Genesis had holes in the front bumper from being an out-of-state car and having a front license plate, and I really did not want that to be the case with the next car, but for now it is. It will get fixed in the future, but yeah, $900 is not worth 3 holes, man. But yeah, everybody, I mean, that is really going to wrap it up for this one. I feel like this video has been all over the place. Like, I've never recorded a video like this before, as in this video has taken me about 2 weeks to record. Like, I don't know, man, I just love recording a video this, like, the week of, and then editing it up the next day or whatever that night, and then putting it up for you guys. So it's basically a live video. This video was super fun to record, but it was so hard keeping this information from you guys. Like, after all, you guys are what makes this possible, so not telling you guys was so hard. But yeah, man, here it is, the new car, and I cannot wait to start this build, dude. Like, thank you guys for everything, seriously. I cannot wait to see what happens next. And then actually, real quick, before we wrap this video up, there's one more thing I wanted to mention, and I already briefly mentioned this stuff a bit, but I have quite a few mods on the way for, well, quite a few. I've got a few mods on the way for the car. One of them will make it louder, but I had some bad news and it's on back order, so I don't know how long that's gonna take. But just so you guys know, there's already stuff on the way, and I cannot wait to jump into this build, man. But yeah, I mean, this is the new car. I still can't believe it. It still feels like a dream every morning I wake up and look out in the driveway. I'm just expecting to not see this thing, man. So yeah, I don't even know, man. Thank you guys so much for all your support and everything. Like I said a million times already, I cannot wait to start this build and start sharing this content with you guys. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. If you guys liked this video, do not forget to drop a like and subscribe. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next one.